When I was asked what I loved, it really made me think. It made me think about what brings me joy. What do I get excited about? What matters to me? I've met some of the most strong and incredible people who have fought through some of the craziest diseases. One of them being a breast cancer survivor. She never did radiation or chemo. She just completely changed her lifestyle and is now cancer-free. Another woman who was diagnosed with MS 20 years ago and is in a wheelchair, yet now she's off of her MS medication after 10 years, almost losing 100 pounds, and is continuing to strengthen her body every day so she has the ability to walk again. A set of identical twin boys who suffer from autism. Through the years, I've seen them grow and change drastically. I've watched them see and learn how to talk, how to say my dad's name, how to spell his name. I've seen them learn how to love and to hug, things they weren't able to do before, and emerging into what the doctor said they were never able to do. And they were able to do this because of diet and nutrition and detoxification. Now that is natural medicine. I've realized how much I love to help people, especially in the health field. And I want to be able to see them heal holistically. Humankind has the ability to heal without being pharmaceutically drugged when you feel sick, when you feel pain. The goal of naturopathic medicine is to treat the whole person. That means mind, body, and spirit. It also aims to heal the root cause of the illness, not just stop the symptoms. I want people to know that my mission is to fulfill through education and research that living a healthy lifestyle promotes good health and can transform one's well-being. Growing up, my parents worked in the health field, so I saw and observed how to treat people with care. I've grown to love how bodies can heal with nutrition, chiropractic, and mindset. This past summer, I had the opportunity to work with them for a couple months, and I saw and observed how to treat people with care, and I saw how grateful people were when they began to feel good and when they began to feel healthy. I saw how tinctures and capsules can make someone feel no longer sick or weary. This is why I want to continue to pursue natural medicine. God's creation of the human body was made so perfectly and profound that we need to take care of it as well as we can. There is a beauty in herbal medicine, a beauty that is hidden under layers we don't normally see. It is uncommon, and there are skeptics, yet it's the idea that the body can heal with a natural and non-invasive approach. Exodus 23:25 states, "Worship the Lord your God, and his blessing will be on your food and water. I will take away sickness from among you." There is so much sickness in this world that can be prevented with educating lifestyle choices and allowing the God-given healing within the body to thrive. And this can be achieved through nutrition, through herbs, through plants that God has all gifted to us. It also states in Genesis 1:29, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on all the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food." God made the earth so good and so pure, just like he made humankind. And as humans, we have a call on humanity to help others. And Jesus was a wonderful example of that his time here on earth. Sickness was prevented then, just as it is now. So I have a call to provide a more natural route, adding God into the equation and helping the whole person. So when we look at medical professionals or scientists on a general level, they're pursuing the work of God. In research or work with their patients, they're attempting to figure out how we can best thrive on this earth. They're pursuing healing or a new life, so people no longer have to suffer. How isn't that the kingdom of God? When we think of our bodies, we never stop and think about how beautiful of a creation it is. Everything working together so intricately that our hearts can continue to beat. The idea that every cell is constantly changing so we're able to stay alive. So the question is, why would we not want to take care of such a unique and complex design? This past February, I had the opportunity to go down to a health seminar in Florida with Max Living to further my knowledge of chiropractic and nutrition. The doctors and chiropractors there were filled with similar thoughts and questions like, what can I do better to help people? How can I be a better doctor to my patients? What can I do to implement these things into my practice? The theme of this seminar was, Together we stand, united we heal. This whole experience taught me so much about health and community and how well they work together. I honestly didn't think I'd get much out of this because I'm not a licensed doctor who owns their own practice, but I went in with an open mind and learned more than I could imagine. Sitting in and listening to these doctors was truly empowering because they had the enthusiasm to want to know more and want to get better at what they do, and that was inspiring. One of the doctors quoted, "Living fearlessly does not mean you're not aware of the harmful toxins that surround your body, but rather making the deliberate choice to allow your body to do what it does best, fight back." This really stood out to me because of how beneficial it is to educate ourselves about the human body. We should never not fear the toxins, but if we do, know that our body has the healing power to fight them off. And with the help of nutrition, we'll be able to fight off any disease or toxin that we encounter. The thing is, your mentality has to want that. You have to have the courage and the confidence to want that change and want something better for yourself. Going back and hitting on the topic of community, working in an environment where people are your priority is essential. Your patients matter. Their testimonies matter. Their stories matter. Listening to who they are is so essential, and that's how you excel as a doctor and as a person. A doctor requires skill and knowledge that cannot be taught, like stepping into someone's shoes and feeling their pain. You want them to know that you have their best interest. Getting down on their level and having that heart-to-heart connection will make them want to get better. The same doctor quoted, "We help deliver people from fear and look forward to the good." As humans, we naturally fear things that mess with our daily lives or mess with us. But as leaders, we have to show them that there is good in this world and that we will continue to strive to find that. One crucial thing I took away from this seminar was that the speakers brought up how to incorporate God into our practice. They said we could do nothing without Him because He is the creator of our bodies. When we surrender everything to God, things we thought were impossible become possible. We have to trust the process of healing while working patiently with our patients and know that the Lord has everything in control and that He is the healer of all. In my search for what part of the health field I wanted to explore, I interviewed a homeopathic practitioner. After meeting with Susie Overmeyer, the homeopathic practitioner, I'm currently putting myself through a trial. I'm headed to college in August, and I have not received an MMR vaccine, which is needed to live in a college dorm. Vaccines can be a very controversial topic between traditional medicine and holistic medicine. But the health climate is no different. I'm putting myself through a trial called homeoprophylaxis. Homeo meaning similar or like. Prophylaxis meaning action taken to prevent disease. This is administering minute dose of non-infective particles of an effective agent, like measles. Simpler example of this would be going to the dentist. You go to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned to prevent cavities. It's a very similar concept to how homeoprophylaxis works. It cannot make you remarkably sick, but it creates an antibody response, similar to a vaccine. Homeoprophylaxis, they're given orally, one disease at a time. They're tiny sugar pellets that dissolve under your tongue. What they do is they help stimulate and educate your immune system by introducing a disease particle so you can build immunity to them. I am taking homeoprophylaxis for measles and mumps as needed to live in a college dorm. And it has been a very eye-opening experience for me. I began by having my blood antibody titers drawn to see if they even exist. It consists of a very strict schedule. But in June, I will have my antibody titers tested again to see if I am considered immune for measles and mumps. As I learn more about homeopathy and homeoprophylaxis, I hope I can help parents who choose a different route to build immunity to childhood diseases This experience has affirmed my thinking that health is not only found in pharmaceutical drugs or injections, but that God has given us a body that is capable of healing itself. Naturopathic medicine versus traditional medicine. I want to spend a few minutes explaining the difference between the two. Recently, I have been drawn to watching shows about the medical field, like Dr. McDreamy and of course Dr. Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy. I've got involved in these shows because I love to learn the terminology and watching the medical procedures. Growing up, I lived in a holistic type of medicine, and that's truly all that I know. So I began watching these shows so I could depict more of the Western side, or also known as allopathic side of medicine, such as emergency surgeries, cancer treatments, pharmaceuticals, hospitalizations, and I've acknowledged the difference between the two practices. The newfound interest in naturopathic medicine has fueled my desire to want to know more about allopathic and holistic, and so I can truly know the difference between the two. The value I've found in these shows, it depicts how much knowledge the doctor has to know. They have to know all the medication. They have to know all the possible causes of symptoms and the disease processes. That's a lot of information. You see, the difference between an MD and an ND is an MD, a medical doctor, recognizes the symptoms, cause of symptoms, and finds a solution with medication or possibly a surgical procedure if needed. Whereas an ND, naturopathic doctor, holistic doctor, they try and find the root cause of the problem and the symptoms by using herbs, nutrition, adjustments, and even acupuncture to try and let the body heal. Both are looking at the same condition, it's just the protocol treatment that is very different. This past year, I read the book Attempt at the Holistic Cure by Dr. Gilden. He wrote this book trying to help the community understand the difference between the two practices. So he wrote a medical journal. He made it an easy read for families who simply just wanted to know more than the internet. It is a book that enlightens the reader for a better and broader understanding of alternative ways of medicine. He writes a section on that specifically, and he goes through the logistics of the treatments. Examples of that would be nutritional supplements, detoxification, colon hydrotherapy, and much more. He systematically goes through this book by presenting the topic, which could be detoxification, for example. Then he goes into the treatment and gives a step-by-step process on how to do that, and then how to implement it into your daily life. Serving people is definitely a calling of mine. God has given to me ever since I've known I went to the Philippines, but I didn't realize it until this year. Growing up in my parents' chiropractic clinic, I took for granted the lifestyle and health that they taught me. People continued to express their gratitude to me for what my parents have done for them through chiropractic and nutrition. And I never realized how much of an impact they were to everyone until I saw it from my own eyes. It ignited a passion in me to help serve people just through a naturopathic route. Through this whole experience, I've learned so much about myself, and I've truly found my passion. People matter to me. The impact of nutrition matters to me. The importance of health. So with that, I want to work at a multidisciplinary practice. Working together to help your patients out in many different specialties is very important to me. And it's definitely has been an eye-opening thing for me because I thought I wanted to work in an independent practice all by myself, be my own doctor. But working together alongside people who share similar ideas, similar goals, and face challenges together is what I want. This is the type of environment that I want to work in because you're immersed in a culture where you all just work together. Naturopathy is what I want, and I want to continue to pursue as I step out into this world. I want to ask you guys a couple questions. How are you treating your body? Are you doing things that promote health? Or are you feeding the flesh? Do you have a family member that suffers from any health condition? Do you personally suffer from any health conditions? What could you do to stay healthy? Does it take you getting sick to make those changes and want something better? So what are the steps that you're going to take? Maybe exercising more, eating healthier, possibly just simply drinking more water. Now, these are all the questions we need to continue to ask ourselves. I hope you all consider these things and realize how beautiful and valuable our bodies are that God has given us. Thank you.